Good afternoon, morning, evening or night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 249 of the JAR Media Posdact. I'm your host Alex, joined only by Jim this time.
Hello.
We've got some craziness going on in these days, in these weeks of just pure chaos. James predicted it. The chaos is in the air, and as a result, he's gone.
Yeah, where is he?
He's gone. I'm back from my adventures.
Yeah.
I must have brought back some kind of tapeworm or, you know, it's like
Yeah. It's sort of to be
something?
expected when you're going all across the world. A human immune system is not prepared for all the various...
Especially the kind of like ghosts and ghoulies I was like chasing.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you're dealing with artifacts from many moons ago and potentially many universes past.
Yeah, if I was more organized and less ill right now, I probably would have bought my hat, which I wore while adventuring. If I could just conjure some kind of imagery to get people to ride along with the story, because I didn't really take pictures or anything.
Yeah.
Imagine, who's that really famous character? He's like an explorer. He goes around the world. He's got like the brown hat. Johnny Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Thunder. I don't think he's not the one with the whip, is he? He's cooler.
Johnny Thunder. I thought he had a gat.
I think he's got like a cool like biplane with like a Gatling gun on it or something.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, just channeling my Johnny Thunder sort of...
Favorite artifact from your travels, go.
The Sasquatch temple idol. There was a whole hot air balloon adventure.
Hot air balloon.
Yeah. I gotta just throw it out there. I gotta apologize for it's just our voices, you know.
Speak for yourself. No, we're both a little bunged up. Tapeworms up in the nose and shit.
Yeah, obviously a bad time of the year to go adventuring because I feel fucking awful, bro. I feel horrendous. And I've had COVID twice, you know. Like, this shit sucks.
And this is worse than both.
No, having the first time I had COVID, it was worse than this.
Okay.
But with COVID, it was more the whole you like have to lock yourself in a room and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
For like a long time, 14 days, whatever it was.
Yeah, with this, you can still just go around like spitting in people's mouths and shit.
Yeah. I've been doing this new thing where I try to go to the most bustling places possible, right? Centre of Swindon, take the train into Bath, London. Find like big mega buildings, right, with like a elevator in them.
Yeah.
Try and wait for like a crowded part of the day and 4 p.m, 5 p.m. sort of time when everyone's like leaving. Sneak into that elevator with my mask on.
Yeah. Shoot up to the top,
and then as soon as it's packed in there, just whip off the mask and start spraying.
Wreak havoc.
I suppose it's sort of a form of terrorism in a way. Doing that.
Bioterrorism, I guess. Yeah, don't out yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why I just went down that line. Well, I do know why. It's because like the other day I was like scrolling on social media and I saw someone who'd actually done that.
Really?
It was like security footage in an elevator of someone who... It was like a packed elevator and someone came in and then someone commented, "Oh, it's quite full in here, maybe you should wait for the next one." And then in anger he pulled the mask down and like spat and coughed on him.
Oh my god.
But then the guy, it was like an older guy, he like kicked the shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah, he really beat him up bad and left. And it's like, you know
That's
what?
the lamest thing you can possibly do after the past 2 years. Like, I would prefer to be slapped in the face at the moment than coughed or sneezed in my face.
There's just something so... It's like invasive about that. It's like an extra layer knowing the situation we're all in right now. Just like everyone's already on edge about this kind of thing. It gives that act a bit more of an oomph than normal. which ain't no fun.
Which already was a very heinous act. To spit in the face.
Yeah,
of someone.
yeah. But I feel like it's not something you would conjure to your mind to be evil in the same way. It wouldn't have been as effective in like 2017 as it is now. It's got a different meaning now.
Added depth.
Yeah, speaking of added depth, I listened to last week's cast with you and James, because that was I don't know what James was on about, saying like he'd never done a cast of just me and him. There was that whole era where we did loads of casts together.
Did he? I thought he said he's never done a cast without you.
That's also untrue, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's untrue as well, because I'm pretty sure... yeah, we definitely did ones without you before.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta say, it was a good episode.
Really,
I was giggling, I was laughing, I enjoyed... It was like a taste of the past, you know, because it was like no structure, really.
That's what I was trying to capture. Because, as we all know, I'm a big fan of the normal episode.
And who isn't, apart from half idiots?
Yeah, the half idiots. But whenever I cast myself back to that fateful day and listen to that episode, it's like we really just had nothing. It was mics on, camera on.
Yeah, the process of like just setting up the cast was the prep for it.
yeah, because that took us like 3 hours.
Well, or like in the background on my PC, I had that like old Windows had that like notes app thing, and I had like 3 topics like written on it that were there for like 2 years or some shit. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good one. Had a nice balance of like the comedy and then getting some serious stuff in there, some serious topics.
I wasn't expecting it to go that way.
That's always the best type though, is when you're able to like weave in and out of that. Those kind of emotions and that different kind of feedback. And there was loads of really good feedback in the comments. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I've read a bunch of the comments.
I didn't really screen cap many for housekeeping. I don't know how long we're going to go for this one. Currently, I've just had we didn't say what we're drinking. I'm drinking a cup of tea right now. Just PG tips, like English breakfast.
No throat coat?
No, I did think about throat coat, but I needed the caffeine. So otherwise, I was, before we started recording, like I was like...
I'm drinking a Calvin Klein coffee.
Yeah, and I also popped a couple of them Osmosis Jones bad boys, you know.
The heavy duty...
The night nurse.
OJ.
The fucking tablets I got ID'd for when I'm trying to buy yesterday. So last night I was like in Chippenham, trying to get some like meds so I could like sleep or whatever, but I'd forgotten my wallet. So of course it means, hey, you need to have a license for everything in the UK, including buying. I tried to buy a shot of CBD and a pack of the night nurse paracetamol help you sleep bullshits, and I already knew it had like been decided pretty much. I went to like the self-checkout bit, scanned it, saw the thing come up saying proof. You need proof you're over 16 to buy this one. And then I looked at who was like working, and you can tell pretty quick, like based on who's working, if they're gonna take it there, you know.
I don't want to sound like a douche, but it's always old women.
This was actually an old man.
Really? I don't think I've ever been ID'd by an old man.
It's more because I've worked that exact job, so I know exactly what it's like. And I was way less stringent than some of the people working that stuff, because it's just at a certain point it's just like, just put 2 and 2 together, right? I was like standing there with my iPhone, car keys in one hand, like he didn't even know what CBD was. He was like looking at it like, but yeah, once they ask, if you don't have it, like it's over.
Yeah, it's a question of if the question is coming.
Yeah.
Do you have ID?
Yeah. So I went back to the car and then was like, you know what? Fuck this. And went back in and just went to like a different checkout.
Yeah.
And it was like a young lady who was just like, "Oh, have you got the man flu?" And I was like, "Yeah." She has no idea, nothing, just then gone.
Mm-hmm. But you only need to be 16, right, to buy it?
I don't know about CBD, but
CBD I'm pretty sure is 16 as well.
really, I was wearing a mask, but even then it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Just this one, like, I understand for the CBD, but it's like night nurse at like all my
Yeah,
voice
well,
off. I just want to sleep, man.
That's the thing as well. Like, who's getting hooked on CBD and night nurse?
Mm-hmm.
What 16-year-old is like, you know what? I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna go get fucked up on some CBD and some night nurse. I'm gonna get a really good sleep tonight.
I'm sure someone has figured out how to do it. Like, I've been like having some of this cough syrup stuff, right? And that I've always heard about that, like people abusing cough syrup and shit.
Yeah.
I guess I can see how it works because like I feel quite weird after. It does have like ethanol in it and like weird shit. Like
Ethanol.
yeah, I was
Wait,
looking
so does
at
it
some of
make
the
you drunk?
ingredients. I don't know how much you'd have to ingest to actually get woozy off it, but
What about mouthwash? Do you get ID'd for mouthwash? If you're chugging high alcohol content mouthwash, I'm sure that will get you feeling something.
I think it will make you feel a bit more than just.
Yeah.
No. You know, what we were talking about, yeah, housekeeping in the last cast and everything. Yeah, it was a good one. There was actually a really good comment I spotted, if we move into housekeeping, for JLC 2718. Oh shit. Oh, that was close. Thank God there was only like one sip left. Ooh, that was horrible. For those listening, I just
the cough syrup's gone to your head.
Yeah. I was daydreaming about going back to that cough syrup. Not sure if anyone has already said this, but can I joint point? I didn't catch that one. Can I joint point how much of a gorilla obsession this podcast has had over the years? First, there was the TGI Fridays Zookeeper Gorilla, then Harambe for a little bit, Gorilla Grodd, of course the band Gorillaz, the Gorillas from Sing, and now Gorilla versus Whatever and Tarzan shagging gorillas, which has lasted months worth of the cast at this point. I think you guys should definitely rebrand as the world's #1 gorilla podcast.
This is an amazing comment.
It's a astute observation.
Yeah,
I've never put this together.
I thought it was just a recent thing, the gorillas.
Yeah, same.
The gorilla thing. But there is so much gorilla infatuation.
Gorilla
yeah, we are hooked on gorillas.
Can you really blame us? Like, really?
They are fascinating creatures. I could genuinely talk with anyone about gorillas for as in the animal, and for a long time.
I'm gonna be honest. It's big. After I watched like that video of Robin Williams with that like really smart gorilla, that like killed that cat or whatever, I like really want to interact with the gorilla.
Yeah,
like really bad. I feel like that would be a life-changing, grounding experience. Maybe not like Silverback, like.
Yeah, that's the only thing, because I think fear would overpower me. I would love to interact with a gorilla, but they're just so scary.
So you wouldn't do it with one of the like? What if it was like younger? Like
yeah, maybe then.
A young, little cute.
But even
one.
then, I feel like a young gorilla could beat the shit out of me.
Oh, for sure. But they're not like just gonna take you down. They're not gonna like as soon as you turn your back, like get you in a headlock and break your neck. They're I don't
know, man.
They're distant ancestors. They're a peaceful lot. They're.
But you can like accidentally threaten an animal. There's certain like body languages that we don't understand, but they do, and vice versa.
Certain energies.
Yeah, they could be saying like, "Dude, back the fuck up! I'm gonna mess you up." But from your perspective, you're like, "Look, it's just funny gorilla," you know?
Well, yeah, funny gorilla. But like, I'm thinking more like they're curious beings as well. You see these videos of them; they like want to interact with you. They want to. I saw this crazy video of someone accidentally dropped their sunglasses in an orangutan enclosure, and the orangutan's just puts them on.
No way.
Yeah, just puts them on.
I saw a video of a chimp. I saw a video of a chimp behind like a glass screen, and this person's got Mountain Dew, and the chimp is pointing at the Mountain Dew, and then like going over to a different screen and then pointing to a hole where you can like pour a liquid through.
Yeah.
And then they do, and then he's like slurping up the Mountain Dew, like he's had it before. He recognised that Mountain Dew bottle, and he's like, oh.
And you load up Apex on Switch and put it down the hole, and he like, gets you a win. I gotta say though, as far as these great apes are concerned, I'm pretty sure I've discovered my favourite animal, and I think it is orangutan.
Really?
I think they're like the coolest, like wisest looking animal. They look like ancient. They look like something out of a fantasy story.
Yeah, they do.
I really love that, and I love like the oval face thing and all the like wrinkles and shit. One of those, a baby one of those, I'd like to interact with, or even one of the older ones.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I feel like an orangutan is less threatening than a gorilla.
You think so?
Yeah. The plate face thing.
The plate face thing does make a difference.
Yeah, it's just like
Well, yeah, when we lived on Jersey Island, like we actually would see the gorillas and the orangutans and the lemurs
all the time,
fairly often. Maybe that's where the lemur Madagascar appreciation thing comes from. It had a bunch of Madagascan lemurs there, including
This could explain the whole thing to begin with. We'd go to that zoo all the time. It's a great zoo, to be fair. If you ever find yourself in Jersey, check out Jersey Zoo.
Yeah, and it's not like, well, as far as I'm aware, I haven't gone as an adult, but I'm pretty sure it's more of a conservationist sort of facility as opposed to a show off the elephants and gorillas sort of thing, which is always nice to hear, because I don't know if I mentioned, like, I went to an aquarium in Bristol semi-recently.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Really?
I found it quite depressing.
What sort of animals?
Even though there was nothing over a certain size, it was still like just watching the fish like bump up against the glass, and like clearly it's like it's not enough space for like some of these creatures.
It's just not right.
Mm-hmm.
See, we should be building like underwater things, like under the ocean. Like,
or for humans to go and look.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it would have to go so far out, like, to avoid all the like human shit and like dirt you'd see. Well, not dirt, or like waste probably in the bottom.
Just plastic floating around.
Yeah, just loads of Lucozade bottles or whatever.
Yeah.
Coke cans.
In the future, I'm sure it's possible. Underwater city, let's do it.
Well, that was one of the many messages, one of the deep messages packed into Aquaman, if you remember.
What, littering?
Yeah, it was one of the things where it's like, as far as motivations go for characters, like the villain's motivation was like, fuck those ground dwellers, they're destroying the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, we're leaving their land alone, why aren't they leaving our ocean alone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of nuances in that movie that I think went over people's heads.
That most people missed, if we're being real.
Yeah.
Just too distracted by the
giant shark going, the crab.
We got this one from Will, who left a weird one. Question for the boys: would you rather be known as the artful dodger or the skillful pooper? Serious answers only, please. Artful dodger is almost too vague.
Yeah.
So what are you good at dodge? You're a dodgy person then? You good at dodging?
Yeah, are you dodgy or are you like Max Payne?
Because like being a skillful pooper, like it's not anything big, it's not anything grand.
Well, I don't know. It is if you can master that aspect of your life, I feel like.
But if that's like your main title, it's a bit like that's your thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The artful pooper, maybe.
Yeah,
then it implies a sort of artistic merit to the expression of what they're doing.
Or even skillful dodger would be better than. I'm trying to see how artful dodger is comparable to Skillful Pooper?
There's no answer to that. Will definitely did not think about it enough for...
So we're definitely not missing anything. We're not reading between the lines.
I reckon we should like just start rejecting hypotheticals unless they literally write like a 15,000 word like
an
essay.
Yeah.
Just giving us all the rules, so every time we don't have to keep going down these caveats, you know, like what is actually the fucking truth?
That's like 40% of our podcast. We can't have.
Yeah, true. Actually, we can't remove that one. Ian Franco said Alex is searching for the island of Matanui.
Did you find it?
I did search, of course, but Bionicle, not real.
Damn, you're dropping the hard truths today. So you don't believe in Bionicles?
Oh, I believe in Bionicles. Fuck Hero Factory.
Hero Factory?
Yeah. Oh, do you not know about this?
No.
So, idiots. Lego idiots. Of course they have Bionicle. Everyone appreciates and knows it and likes the lore and everything and just how cool it went and how cool it's been. Then for some reason they're like, oh fuck Bionicle, let's do Hero Factory. Same shit. Different name, different all that lore gone. I'm sure there's a new lore.
So Bionicles are called Hero Factory now?
No. There was an era of Hero Factory before Bionicle came back. Because they tried to reinvigorate the old Bionicle, but I'm not sure if that really worked either.
Maybe they did that just so people would be like, oh, come on, bring Bionicle back.
Come on, Hero Factory. You're making it sound like it's factory-produced heroes.
Yeah.
Which is not cool. That's like a villain backstory, surely. It's like Revenant from Apex Legends. That's what I picture.
I picture just the current Marvel. Yeah.
Oh.
Zing.
Nice one, Bri. Speaking of, Venom's out today.
Today is the release day of Venom.
Venom in the UK. I don't know why. The original Venom came out like way early in the UK. But now this one's like way after, so everyone's like seen it in the rest of the world. We had to wait for Woody Harrelson's Carnage. So I'll see that this weekend probably at some point.
Sick.
But also the Eternals. Do you understand how close that movie is?
When's it out?
Early November.
Oh, that is near.
Too close for comfort, as some would say. Some might say.
Yeah.
This is a hype
you see,
movie.
Eternals is one of those things that, like, obviously through you, I've known about it for a long, long time. But I never truly believed in the Eternals. Yeah,
because it's just like, it's so vague and based on a bunch of heroes no one knows.
Yeah.
Come on. No one fucking knows the Eternals.
Here's the question, though. Is it going to be lit?
Well, there'll be a question in the question segment, which might expand slightly on this, which we can get to later. Let's end this segment then with this one from PegFan2. I knew someone who would butter Weetabix like a slice of bread and eat it. Thoughts? So this is in reference to the last couple episodes. Weetabix has been brought up.
Specifically dry Weetabix.
Specifically eating it dry.
Yeah.
Which is like a bit of a fun challenge if you want to do that at home. Like, see how many dry Weetabix you can eat without drinking anything. Yeah.
Also, maybe don't do that because I feel like it's an actual health risk.
No, do it. It's a fun little challenge. Put it on TikTok or something.
Buttering.
Do you think that like adds just enough liquidity for
it? Yeah, potentially. But also it could just cause even larger chunks of dry Weetabix to be sort of molded together, making it even harder to swallow. Because butter's quite a viscous texture, you know. It's not very it's not very liquid, you know. But I'm not about telling people what they should and shouldn't do. If you enjoy doing that, okay. I'm just gonna think you're a fucking terrible person. It's wrong.
I'll judge you big time for that one.
Yeah, I'll judge you, but I won't tell you not to. I'll just point and laugh.
Do what you want, but like, okay, maybe don't do that. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, actually stop. It's horrible.
Speaking of things that aren't liquid, I've got a couple of topics. I just want to bring this up because I'm still like, is this like real? Like apparently they like found the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
He's just like some dude. What's his name? Like Brian or some shit. Let me just Google him.
Wait, is he alive?
No, apparently he died. This guy.
Yeah.
Apparently he died in like 2018.
Was David Fincher correct?
He was none of the ones in the movie, I don't think. It's still not like fully confirmed, I don't think.
How can you fully confirm it though? Like the
DNA. Like I think they wanted to like do DNA tests on like the back of the stamps or something that like was sent in on all those, you know, the story.
Wait, so they never did that?
No, because the technology was not at a point.
But why didn't they do that the second the technology did reach that point? Like 20 years ago?
I assume manpower. Like, why would they prioritize the Zodiac killings if it's not like a current... he just vanished, didn't he? Didn't keep murdering, as far as they say. I'm trying to find his name. Because it was something like...
Is it Art Vanderlei?
Fuck. Oh, I can't find it. I can't fucking find it. The case of the Zodiac Killer took another twist this week after a team of investigators claimed they had unmasked the man who has fixated the public and amateur sleuths for decades. On Wednesday, a team of former law enforcement members, prosecutors, and intelligence officers that call itself the Case Breakers said they had determined the identity of the killer responsible for a series of murders in the San Francisco Bay Area in the late 60s. Why did they not just say his name?
Should they say his name?
I saw his name everywhere. I didn't fucking note it down. There we go. Gary F. Post.
Fuck no. No way is his name Post.
Gary.
Post. The Zodiac Killer had Post in his name.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, this is the Sun I'm looking at, to be fair.
Oh.
The previous one wasn't.
If it does become real, I mean if it is revealed to be real, then would it make Fincher's movie worse?
The movie's interesting enough to me. Because like the identity in the movie of the killer is never shown, is it?
It's heavily implied though.
It is heavily implied, but like during like the murder scenes and everything, it's always obscured and always could be anyone.
But it is kind of lame, like really dissatisfying if the killer is just like not even in the movie, you know?
Yeah, it would mean like, I guess they were just on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, it's kind of gross that we're even... I remember thinking when I saw this movie, like, should this movie have even been made? Like, this is kind of exactly...
You think it's immoral?
Well, I don't know. That's the question I'm asking, but I'm not taking a stance, because I think it's...
It's the whole thing of true crime, isn't it? Because...
Yeah. It's
I see what you mean about...
He wanted... The Zodiac Killer wanted a movie about him.
Well, people were digging up, like, going through, because, his name was Gary Francis Post, who died in 2018. And people have been digging up, like, his Facebook page and shit. And, like, his, like, friend, like, posted on Facebook a picture of him with his arm around him. And he was like, "He of my mate, Zodiac, question mark?" It's like, what the fuck? And there was another one where he'd like reviewed like the movie Zodiac on something and given it like a 5-star.
No, apparently he'd reviewed other like famous true crime films.
Yeah, he did like the Ted Bundy one.
Yeah, and said they were like shit.
Yeah.
Does it sort of set a precedent that like, if you are fucking mental and you want a movie to be made about you, just become a pretty good serial killer.
You'd hope easier said than done, you know?
Yeah, but still, do you know what I mean?
So you think in his mind he just saw it all as like a reward? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, sort of. And then he died. He had no consequences. He just got this movie about him, which bloated his ego even further because he's like, I'm not even in this film. They're saying it's that guy. Who the fuck is this guy?
The whole Zodiac killer, like, who is the Zodiac killer thing, it's been like a cultural meme for fucking so long now. High profile murderer. Just weird. It's like not really what you'd expect to wake up and see. You know, trending. Like, yep, we've maybe found the Zodiac killer and he's fucking.
But it could be total horseshit.
I kind of, part of me hopes it is.
Because do you remember, like,
he has got like a really identifying scar or something, which apparently was described.
I didn't think he ever showed his face.
Didn't it's been a while since I've like read about it or seen that movie or anything. Did someone not survive an encounter with him?
I thought he always wore a mask though.
I can't remember. So yeah, Zodiac killer. He's
back.
He's back and he's dead. And a movie reviewer.
Did he have any other hot takes?
Yeah, a weird one he threw out there that Fortnite's one of the better games at the moment.
Really?
That was his last review.
Then he copped it.
Maybe he threw it out there right before the bad update, you know?
Yes, the bad update.
I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. We'll see after these messages.
Too much cough syrup.
Or not enough.
Guess what we got in store for you today, lads? Germany new t-shirts. Check the description below.
Welcome to the second half of the cast where we answer questions from... Where do we answer them from, Jim? Mars?
It's the questions from Mars. We answer questions from Reddit.
From Reddit. That's an accent on the E?
Yeah, accent. Schmo-yo-ho?
Yeah, leave your questions for us to answer on sequential episodes. Before we actually go into the questions, I kind of wanted you to bring up something.
Oh?
Seinfeld.
Yeah, I kind of did. I said Art Vandelay.
Yeah, I think that planted the seed, and I just couldn't ignore that importing exploiting.
Yeah. Here's a hot take. I think Seinfeld might be the best TV show ever created.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's actually... I think it might be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, now, I haven't reached the ending yet, because that was controversial. But I know the ending.
Did you not watch the ending when I watched the ending?
Yeah, but I hadn't watched the whole show.
Right, you didn't have the whole context, because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's all like an in-joke thing. But like, it's weird for... It seems like something I shouldn't like. Because it's like so similar to Friends.
Yeah, and I've never really fucked around with Friends. So.
No, I just can't bring myself to with Friends. But Seinfeld, I think it is just the first of all the four characters the show has perfect. It's the perfect. They all like complement each other so well. Yeah, you can have any combo of them. You can have any assortment of characters and it works. Humor just like unbound. No, but there is a correct answer for the best one of the four though. Yeah, there is. And I hope we agree. Well, the thing is, if someone said another character, I'd be okay with it. You'd appreciate it. You'd understand it. Yeah, the answer is George. George Costanza. George is the funniest character. Yeah, the actor is so good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But it's also that fucking material.
yeah,
Holy
Yeah.
shit, is it funny? And it's like we've aped the whole like a podcast about nothing, because that's like the whole
Yeah.
premise. Like it's about nothing.
yeah. Because I just finished the season where they make the show within the show.
That's right. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen all of it, because I just went through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all like a total blur.
And I was 20 odd or something. And yeah, I had a great time, because I was always put off like laugh tracks in like comedies. It really puts me off. It's like so distracting, but it just works in Seinfeld. I don't know if it's like the weird the way the kind of stand-up like starts a lot of the episodes. I think they stopped doing that.
Yeah, it feels like because of that stand-up segment, like and the fact that Jerry is a comedian, the character is a comedian, and it's like the laugh track is
It's
like
like an
he's saying-
extension of the intro.
yeah, like life to him.
It's all just material for his.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's like the structure of the show. Like at the start of every episode, there's his comedy routine, and at the end, and at the end, he always uses something that he's like learned from the episode.
Yeah.
For that material. So like in that way, it works to me.
Is there anything in particular stood out to you like about it? Because your thoughts will be way fresher than mine. I've always just found it funny, and that whole like painting of Kramer comes to mind. Like,
Yeah, and Art Vandelay, of course.
Vandelay. And the whole
Kramer is the other character, by the way, that is viable for best character.
Yeah. Whenever he comes in, it's like, all right.
Yeah,
Guaranteed bang.
Watching from the beginning, because everybody knows that when Kramer enters, people cheer and clap. But it's interesting seeing when that like first starts.
Yeah,
because obviously
Has
he
to build up.
needs to earn that position. And then by season 2, people are like, yeah.
yeah. It does feel earned though. It doesn't feel like like we're making Kramer into he's gonna save the scene type thing. It's like
he's just naturally likable. Every character is likable, but also awful. But I think it just comes down to charisma of the actors.
Yeah. And the worst one is Jerry, if we're being real. He does still work in the show, and because he's just the worst actor. Like he's because all the others are really consistent, incredibly so, and really really talented with the way they balance the comedy and the like how serious they take it.
Yeah.
Whereas Jerry, like, I think you said it almost like as to the humor, like his weird like almost indifference and the way he like delivers things, and
he's sort of always the same.
Yeah.
Everything's
delivered with like the half smirk, and
the guy can't act. But also that plays into how much you like him.
Yeah.
He's relatable in that, because most people can't act. Most people, if they were given these lines, they'd probably do a worse job than Seinfeld.
Oh, damn straight. Yeah.
Well, they definitely would. But yeah, the show is magnificent. And it's so tame, but still manages to be funny. I really respect that. And like, that's the thing with Friends. Like, you know they're not going to do anything risque.
Yeah. Have you ever checked out Curb Your Enthusiasm? Because
I haven't, no.
George is based on him.
Yeah.
I've seen a few seasons of it.
Is it good?
It's good from what I've seen. It's just more been access, because I don't watch like live TV while it's on or whatever.
I've seen snippets of it, and it doesn't seem to...
It's different. It's not the same as Seinfeld. Mum's calling me.
Oh, okay.
Mum? Anything else?
If you haven't watched Seinfeld, watch Seinfeld.
This is what I mean by access. You put it there on Netflix, suddenly
Yeah.
everyone who hasn't seen it has seen it.
Also, I love short episodes of things.
And shout out to Newman as well. Is that his name?
God, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. All the like side characters, memorable and funny.
Yeah, there are actually loads of like really. Yeah. Bryan Cranston shows up.
Yeah, and Skylar from.
Oh really?
Yeah, she's Jerry's girlfriend for like one episode.
That's funny. They're both in there. That's weird. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
and the parents of George and Jerry.
Oh yeah. God damn, yeah, it's
Really
all flooding
funny.
back to me now. You might be
Mrs.
convincing me
Potato
to go
Head.
through. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really funny as parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through it again because
Yeah,
you're right, it is
comedy sitcom masterclass.
to this day.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do some questions then. Let's do this one from T Merchant of Slough. Who is the villain of JAR? Tank Dempsey.
Tank Dempsey is the villain of JAR.
Well, Randy.
He's not capable enough to be a villain. I think
villains has to be capable.
What villains aren't capable? Can you think of an example of a villain that isn't capable?
Oh, I didn't come prepared for this one. A villain that's not. There has to be one. There's something there in the back of my mind that's like, yeah, that's like an incapable villain,
but
who achieves everything like accidentally or something.
Yeah. Despicable Me guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's the villain of D's Nuts? Well, Skelly Dude 11 says favorite James Bond film. That's another film. I was planning to see the James Bond at some point.
I want to see James Bond
during that week, but I've run out of it. So, what's the favorite one you've actually seen? Then we probably have the same answer.
Casino Royale.
Spectre. Oh.
Spectre is a trash film. Skyfall is an okay film.
Goldfinger.
Quantum of Solace. I've only seen the.
I've seen Quantum.
The
a couple
Ugly Man
times.
one.
Oh, you've only seen the Craig ones.
Yeah, Daniel Craig ones. I've seen all of his, apart from the latest one, and Casino Royale is the best one by far.
Yeah, Casino Royale is probably my favourite one.
Quantum of Solace sucks balls. Awful film.
Yeah, it's not good.
Skyfall is like...
Skyfall, they brought it back a little bit, but then lost it so fucking hard with Spectre. That film sucked.
It was really bad. Like, awful bad.
Yeah, it made it really seem like we done with this now. So it was like, oh, this.
Yeah, and they did that classic thing where it's like, let's just cast a guy that people know play a good villain and not actually like write a good villain.
Like a good character. Yeah, because that was Christoph Waltz, wasn't it, in that one? Just like, man, how do you fuck up like a character for him?
Yeah, they were like, let's not write a character, let's just get Christoph Waltz. Then the work is done, right?
Yeah. And Rami Malek's in the new one, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a good ass actor.
So I feel like I'm a British traitor. Like all the classic like British things you're supposed to like, your Doctor Who's, your James Bonds, this kind of shit. I just don't care that much.
Yeah. I
have seen some of the older James Bonds, but like I just don't remember them. I remember the Goldfinger, you know, Pussy Galore and all this shit. But like
gold pussy galore. Golden
pussy galore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see this new one though.
You never said that. Is your answer Casino Royale?
Oh. Yeah, if it's my favourite, for sure.
Because that is a straight up good ass movie.
Yeah, it's like a really good action movie. It's just a solid ass fucking...
Yeah.
Really memorable too. Hannibal's in there. Really he's good amazing. Villain.
Yeah,
that scene where he's like strapped to the chair is like so... it's just burnt into my brain for whatever reason. A lot of scenes from that movie are actually.
Yeah, obviously the parkour bit at the beginning. Yeah,
and like being poisoned and stuff.
Yes. It's awesome, and it's like the one James Bond film I've seen where I don't feel kind of grossed out by the character himself.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
For whatever reason, they managed to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
His nature.
Yeah. Lewis Meme 7 left a bit of a story. Talking about falling up and down the stairs. I've done both quite recently in painful/damaging ways. I work at a nightclub, and it is multi-storied, so there are 3 flights of stairs in total. I was working on the middle floor, and I needed to go to the loo, and the toilets were upstairs. I decided the best plan of action would be to quickly stride up the stairs at least 3 stairs each step. I'm tall and have long legs. And once I got to the top, I decided to jump up, but as I did, I caught my shoe on the final step and completely stacked it as I got up. And I finally ended up falling on my knee, and I honestly thought I broke it. And as it's been swollen for about 2 weeks, and it is very tender whenever any weight is put on it. And recently I fell down my bedroom stairs. I live in a house with a loft bedroom, which is my bedroom. And one time I was walking down the stairs, and my dog thought it would be a genius idea to run under my legs, which tripped me up, and I lost balance as I was going down. It ended up with me slipping and sliding down the stairs and into a wall at the bottom of my stairs. The wall is made out of some sort of weak wood, maybe plasterboard, I'm not sure. But I ended up hitting the wall on my side and denting it because most of my weight was put on it. Anyway, I thought you might find my stories amusing. I've been a listener for 4 years or so now, and my Monday evenings I spend listening to the podcast while playing a game. Thanks for all the entertainment you've provided over the years.
Thank you for your stair stories. Man.
Gotta be careful on those stairs.
Yeah, stairs aren't something to mess about with. I feel like the older you get, the
more concerned about stairs.
Yeah, the less you mess with the stair.
Yeah, after that tumble I had the other week, I'm like so cautious now.
Yeah, it's like,
especially with Paisley, because they're idiots. Like on the stairs, like they just get so excited about everything.
Yeah, and it's the same with the cat. Mm-hmm. Apart from it's like the opposite thing. It's the lack of excitement that's the scary thing. Because if Billy's like
the surprise factor,
yeah, because she's if the lights are off, she's a black cat, invisible, silent, and cats do that fucking thing where they wiggle around by your legs. So if you're just going even 2 steps at a time, slowly, you touch that cat, you're going down.
You need to put like a glow-in-the-dark coat on it or something.
I'd be down to put her in a glow-in-the-dark coat.
Or maybe a cool cape, like that cat picture I keep sending you.
But like vibrant yellow. Glow-in-the-dark, vibrant yellow.
Well, we had one, a bit of feedback, or just referencing what you and James were talking about working out in the last episode. This is Adam Exchanger 1. About the workout talk in the latest JARCast, as someone who started working out this year, it was very refreshing to hear your workout stories, as I'm very much in the same boat as James. I've always been very skinny with close to strength, so working out was mostly to gain more strength. Unfortunately, I did fall into these body standards present in media and started thinking I had to cut out everything unhealthy. Luckily, I've started coming out of that and realised that I should just eat what I want but still be happy. Something that did happen when I completely cut out anything sweet for good for a month or 2, I stopped feeling the crave and began liking foods I never thought I would. Even veggies started tasting better. While I definitely approve of eating what you want, I would suggest at least trying to cut out sugar from your life for at least a short period of time to see what effect it has. Cheers. When was the last time you cut out sugar? Okay, that's the door this time.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I have.
Because I did this a few years ago. It must have been 2018, 2019, where I just totally cut out like, processed sugar for a whole month. It's true, he's correct.
Yeah, he's totally correct. So I did the same thing more recently than you.
It takes crazy discipline, but the payoff is huge.
Yeah, and at a point, the discipline isn't required. You're just like, I don't even really want like to eat 4 cookies.
And things that wouldn't have scratched the same itch suddenly start scratching the itch. So, for example,
fruit
tastes way nicer. Even like veg and shit, like as they were saying.
Yeah.
Does get a nicer taste. But it is the discipline part. Sugar's so goddamn addictive. and it's such a joy, if I'm being real.
There's nothing. This plays into me watching Seinfeld. There's nothing better than just eating cookies watching Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. And these are British cookies too.
I had the gooeyest.
Not those biscuits they got.
I'm specifically referencing last night where I had 4 white chocolate and raspberry, like gooey, soft, fucking Tesco finest cookies, dude.
Do you find you actually get like a sugar hangover? Because I genuinely, if I like binge on sugar of an evening, like I feel significantly worse the next day in a way that is noticeable.
Like lethargy.
Yeah, like the sleep was worse, like you wake up more tired. Your body's just like, I need just like something real, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just that pure discipline. I have to really want to be able to, I have to want to do that.
Yeah. It's the same with any addiction.
Yeah. And also like these fucking sodas and shit.
Yeah.
They make you want sugar more.
Like a Coke Zero or Pepsi
Yeah,
Max.
like the sugar-free variants. Like you can't win, basically. Unless you just cut it all out, which I don't have the willpower for at this very moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. I find whenever I get ill or something, that always breaks the... Like, if I've been working out consistently,
yeah.
then that obviously stops. So you gotta let your body recover. Then it's like, well, eating healthy.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to lounge, feel sorry for myself, and eat trash.
Yeah, exactly. Which probably like doesn't help the healing process.
No, not at all.
Like your body.
No, you
needs,
should be
like,
eating like veggies and meat. And
full of vitamins and
mushrooms and shit.
Yeah, I'm the same, and my diet's been terrible.
No, I'm gonna be real with you. I ate those 4 white chocolate and raspberry cookies last night, as well as an entire pack of Oreos. Not the American pack of Oreos. That would just be ludicrous. But the British tube.
Oh, is the default American pack those like?
Yeah, it's like 4 tubes.
Really? That's like the default one.
Yeah, I believe so.
Huh.
And I also had a little pack of Haribo.
Holy fuck, you did go in.
Yeah, I went crazy. I went mental. And oh no, I didn't have the popcorn. I still got that.
And kind of on the same lines, actually, Orktooth left us saying, on the subject of struggling to keep addictions at bay, I've always had one weakness, and that is gambling. I've hardly ever actually gambled with high stakes in a casino or at the bookies, but I am an absolute sucker for the sunken debt fallacy. This is one of the biggest traps for people who end up with gambling addictions, so I've made a personal vow never to enter a casino or bookies. I know for sure that if I were to ever dip into a habit of serious gambling, even for a second, I'd never come back. It's rather a creepy feeling when I notice the same behavior replicating itself when I'm playing a game that has some sort of risk-reward system, like pills in The Binding of Isaac or turnips in Animal Crossing. Although at least that's a safe environment for someone to realize that that's a potential danger for them. Thoughts?
Yeah, gambling addiction is really bad. It's it's something I've never found myself like being pulled by.
Yeah, me neither.
It just doesn't attract me for whatever reason.
Well, I was specifically put off when I worked in retail. I worked at the like kiosk where people would buy the lotto tickets. And, like over like the months, you kind of see the familiar faces and see how much they're like spending on these scratch cards, and like some people coming in and buying like 50 quid's worth of like lotto tickets every week, and it's like and then you see like you're not paying out like anything on any of this.
The thing is, like with gambling, when you're buying, when you're giving it money, the odds are intentionally stacked against you. Why would they have a business model where like you're likely to gain from it? But
that's also how they get you.
That's why it's addictive.
It's that small chance thing.
Yeah, because when you do get a payout, it's like that rush of endorphins. And something rarity. Brains love rarity, and it's why. Like,
well, I think it's especially interesting when you apply it to video games.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Because I think you brought up the other day when I was talking to you, we were talking about just like the battle royale game mode in video games and how it kind of feeds into that addictive nature. Yeah, it's
the exact same philosophy as gambling. Because a battle royale, you're going to lose more often than you win, making a win more, like, you get more from it, that good feeling.
And it's like multiple layers of randomness stacked on top of each other, like in Apex. Like, you have random packs. When you land on the map, there are random, like, crate things that you open to get loot. And all
every weapon on the floor is random. There's nothing you can rely on. So then, in every circumstance, the outcome is random and rare. The likelihood of you winning is low.
Yeah.
So then you're addicted to the fact that, like... Well, you keep playing shit match after shit match, having a terrible time, but because you know there is a chance of you winning, you keep chasing it. It's a very weird thing, and that I have, like, been addicted to, not in like a long-term scenario, but it's like when you start playing, you can't stop.
Yeah, I've definitely been addicted to, like, gameplay reward systems in video games, but I've never taking it to the point where like in Apex with the packs shit, for example, where like people can get addicted to just buying the packs.
Yeah, and that part doesn't interest me.
But whereas if with something like, because honestly, Destiny springs to my mind. And I remember like reading about the early development of Destiny and how they like employed these psychological like experts to literally build the game to be as fucking addictive as possible. Every single system in that game is designed to get you fucking hooked and get those claws in and make it so like this is your life now. I think that's maybe why I've always kind of gut rejected it, despite the addiction side of it. I've always felt weird about certain elements of that game and how.
Yeah, I don't respect that philosophy.
There's something gross about it. Especially with how, specifically with that game, that side of it has gotten worse and worse. But yeah, it's complicated too, because like, where do you draw the line with that? Because I would say like with Apex, like that, it's a really fun gameplay loop. But for what reason am I addicted, I guess?
I think the reason Apex gets away with it for me is because the moment-to-moment gameplay feels so good. Like, I forgive the frustrating moments of... I've done, like... Say I've just won a game, and then I go into the next game, do the exact same thing at the start, but because of one of those random elements not aligning, I just have a terrible time.
Yeah. Let's do this penultimate one here. From Siruk. Is Alex getting any of the Lego sets for the Eternals movie? This is the question I referenced earlier. About the Eternals, a race of immortal beings with superhuman powers who have secretly lived on Earth for thousands of years, reunite to battle the evil deviants. That must be the updated description.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. So I hadn't really properly looked at any of them. Of course, I went straight for whatever set has Kumail in. His character Kingo, who's only in one of them, because it's such a huge cast, like they've split up all the characters across all the sets. He's in Asheron's Shadow. I'll show you a picture with the main point. I find the box really funny because of what they put in the corner. It's like this weird arrangement of all the... It's like artist impressions of like all the characters or something.
Yeah.
All in a little... Because there's so many characters in that damn movie, I guess they don't know... There's no one face you can put. You can't put like Darth Maul.
Darth Vader,
yeah. So the kid looks especially...
Yeah, that's what caught my eye immediately. That kid looks creepy as hell.
But yeah, the set is like this giant red robot thing. The Lego sets seem to imply, and I guess it's not too shocking to hear, that there's gonna be like lots of fights with like monsters.
Monsters
one of the
or
set-
robots? Because why is there a big red robot?
I-
Are they like the Power Rangers? That's their robot?
I don't know. When the other sets, there's like a Lego bird monster thing, and one's like a bird wolf. No, not a bird wolf, a wolf thing.
A wolf bird.
They like, there's like a tease of what it sort of looks like in one of the trailers, I remember. Like a weird CG wolf thing. Yeah, I don't know about this.
Just get a Lego Kumail off.
I was going to bricklink it, yeah.
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 There you go. I was going to say eBay, but, you know, to each their own.
Ooh. Actually, these are two really short ones, so we'll just do that. Go Goozers Goss says, "Hey gentlemen and James, I was just curious if the Mass Effect 3 vid is still happening. I recently finished the trilogy and love the games and your vids on the subject. Full homo from Australia." I mean, it's still happening. It's been recorded for like... It was recorded so long ago, wasn't it? Before the sofa was even here.
Was it before?
I can't remember if that was the Mass Effect 2 one or the Mass Effect 3 one. It was so many months. It was in summer, basically, when we recorded it. But it's like 3 hours long. So we were torn, like, and I didn't have footage for it. I think we've decided at this point just to basically upload it as like a podcast thing.
Yeah, I don't see any other way we could.
It'd just be too time consuming, I think, otherwise. But yeah, I'd like to put more in, but like, it's fucking nearly the end of the year, you know. It's like, goddamn, this time is just eluding me. There is like a weird 1-to-1 thing that our little videos on it have like lined up with the way the games were kind of made.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like really weird. Like the second video we did, it's like way cleaner, way more organized. Like,
yeah, it's like concise.
Yeah,
sticks to the points and stuff.
Yeah, and then the third one is like delayed. It's fucking
we didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
we got the guys upstairs breathing down our necks, telling us what to do.
Yeah. Oh, and finally, from Revert to Monkey. Has Alex, in the process of reviewing 2020 superhero films, watched Robert Rodriguez's... I can't say it. Robert Rodriguez. We Can Be Heroes. I just found it randomly on Netflix, and as someone who grew up with Spy Kids, it was really funny, bad, nostalgic. Yeah, we actually watched it.
Yeah,
we recorded trying to watch for it. Yeah, so I'll save any deep commentary for that. But did you have any memories of it?
I remember it quite well.
I remember the kid who could like stretch his neck. That's the most memorable thing.
Yeah.
It was like specifically his neck.
Yeah, I mean, if it's kind of creative, I guess.
No, don't say that.
No, that specifically the neck thing.
Oh, just the neck stretch.
Yeah, the neck stretch. Like, I guess it's creative in that, like, why would anyone think of this? But this guy did. You know?
A Spy Kids reskin set in the Shark Girl and Lava.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, wrong way round. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get Taylor Lautner back. What are you doing? That's pissed me off.
Guy gets into Twilight and suddenly he's too good for Spy Kids. I fucking love Spy Kids 3D though. If you've never seen Spy Kids 3D, check that shit out.
That is the one.
It's a great film. Straight up, just a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that Elijah Wood moment will never leave me.
Yeah.
Imagine being him, like being in that position where it's like you're just so connected and ingrained into like that system where you're just like offered by like Netflix, so you go have like fucking 50 million to make this shit. Yeah. And then you just like
in a weekend.
Yeah. And they just come to your garden and you make this like lazy ass.
Yo, Mandalorian, can you just hop over, make some shit? I'll give you like 2 mil.
Hey, guy from fucking Logan, want to like do this movie? Hey, Mr. Robot.
Hey, Mr. Robot.
Yeah, that's like the funniest thing about it. It's just who is in it.
Yeah, and he always gets these like great actors.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like Sylvester Stallone is in Spy Kids 3D.
He's like the bad guy in he plays like multiple characters in Spy Kids 3D.
He's doing like an Eddie Murphy thing. It's such a good movie though.
Antonio Banderas as well.
Yeah.
And all the actors, they're like all in on it as well. They like know exactly what's up.
Yeah.
and it like adds to the humor.
It all just compounds to be this perfect piece of media.
As long as it's Spy Kids 3.
Yeah, no, this new one, nah.
Too long. Not too long is this podcast, though. It's just about right.
Yeah. Too long, I can feel it.
Do you listen to that one?
Do I listen to it?
Yeah.
Not in a long time. I used to, though. I liked it.
You listened through all of Too Long?
Yeah, when I was like 16. I thought it was a great song. And it's got like a breakdown in...
I would never
like,
call it a bad song. I just never find I listened through the whole thing.
You should give it a go.
Yeah.
I can be loud.
Yeah. It's actually kind of giving me... I kind of want to listen to it now. So thanks for listening to this one. Any final thoughts? Zodiac... what was his name again? Gary. Zodiac Gary?
Gary Post.
That is weird that his last name is Post, if that is true.
Yeah, that
almost...
It definitely is him, isn't it? Gary Post.
That's what inspired him. He like wrote his name down. I was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Post.
Look at my movie about this.
So fucked up.
Let's just have our final thoughts.